after night. Please look around for 9 o'clock. And be back to move out by 9 o'clock. 9:13 latest. Things will happen. And it's a full bus. So once everybody is here, we will automatically also we talk about it.
Thank you.
Para i-drain.
You get a gold star. We're going to head out to Edam. Places is all of Dutch provinces, except for the one that the Dutch built in the water in the 1960s called Flevoland. But all previous ones, plus the country we now call Belgium, but it used to be called Flanders, plus Luxembourg. And all those places were known as the Lowlands. And Lowlands was a province of Holy Roman Empire, which in 1500s was ruled by Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor. Now Charles V was a famous polyglot. He spoke 12 languages fluently. But his first two languages were French and Flemish, because he was born in Brussels. He actually came from Lowlands. So he had a unique understanding of people of this area. He knew how to negotiate with them, how to communicate with them. And that's what made him to be an effective and relatively popular leader for this area. Around 1550, he decided to retire. He decided to give up his throne, split his empire between his brother Ferdinand. He gave him the eastern part, and his son Philip, he gave him the western part. And Philip II was an entirely different person. Philip II was a Spanish man, only spoke Castilian, Spanish, and Portuguese, had quick, unpredictable temper at times, and was known to have strange, uncomfortable personal manner. And Philip II had an expensive hobby. He liked to get into wars. Wars are expensive. So to pay for his wars, he needed to raise money somewhere through his empire. And of course he could tax the rich, but it was really hard to collect. The rich lived in castles, they had armies. You had to go fight them for the money. And when you were done fighting them, you often spent more money fighting them than you would collect from them. Now with common people it was a lot easier. Common people as a rule did not have armies, so you could just threaten them, and they usually paid up. But what was happening in Flanders, in Netherlands, also parts of Scandinavia and Germany, is that common people who lived in the cities just by virtue of having skills, knowing how to make weapons and tools and fabric and pottery and selling it effectively, those people started to create something very unique for Europe of that time. They started to create middle class. They started to acquire wealth. And once you have money, you can hire mercenaries just like anybody else. And suddenly you start to think, do I have to listen to some guy who lives in Spain, doesn't speak my language, just wants my money? Plus people of Lowlands always had the independent streak, always had a tendency to challenge authority. And Catholics have two sets of authority. There's God, but between you and God there is Catholic Church. In the early 1500s, Catholic Church functioned like a translator. The Bible was in Latin, so the church told you what God wanted. And what God wanted, according to the church of 1500s, was for you to give church your money. And people of Lowlands just wanted to have an independent, direct relationship with God without the middleman. So they started to become interested in becoming Protestant. And that was the last draw for Philip II. Philip II was a very religious man, had a strong connection to Vatican. To him, the idea that part of his empire will be changing their religion was a direct affront to his crown, basically a rebellion. So he sent an army to put down that rebellion. And approximately 45,000 Spanish soldiers and mercenaries came through the south. They were led by Count of Alba. Count of Alba was a famous military tactician known for his brutality. And his forces started to go through the south of the country. There are 12 provinces in this country right now. In the south we have a large province called North Brabant. So North Brabant plus the area what is now Belgium that's connected to it, of about equal size, that's where you found all the wealthiest cities. That's where you find Bruges and Ghent and Antwerp and Brussels and Maastricht and Limburg and Breda. And so the Spanish forces started to go among those cities, sieging them to basically intimidate them, to tell them pay your taxes and forget about being Protestant. And in 1585, Spanish forces for the second time sacked the city of Antwerp. The city of Antwerp was a far more important city than Amsterdam was at the time. Amsterdam was a very successful fishing port. Antwerp was one of the most important commercial ports in Europe. 40% of European trade passed through Antwerp. Antwerp was like New York City in those days. There were financiers and philosophers, artists and craftsmen from all over Europe living in Antwerp. So once Antwerp was sacked by the Spanish troops, approximately 50,000 refugees came north and settled in and around Amsterdam. Now at that time, population of Amsterdam was approximately
How many hours completing? It's only seeds. It's only the seeds of marijuana, right?
This is only seeds,
right?
So you're not gonna be stoned.
Not stinging, right?
No. Children can actually eat it. So.
Yeah, it's like marijuana.
country is famous for, and it's a set of skills this country had to count on to survive in this really perilous environment. Right here on this island, there was a massive flood in 1916. In 1916, water would have been about here. So if you look that way, you can imagine how devastating that would be for the rest of this community. The postcard is completely rebuilt. In fact, we're going to walk through the lower part of the island, and you will see all the buildings that surround us built out of brick, because they were built in 20s, 30s, and 40s after the flood in 1916. And then we're going to go to the lower part of the island, and I'll show you how high that water the end of the but before we do that, there's a thing over here in this spot. We'll just take a group photo. Those of you who like to come down the pier over there, I'll take a photo from your point of view. If you have an iPhone or any device for you, if you have an Android, I'll be there to show you back. Please follow me this way for
Dat zijn die mannen die ken ik ook.